An open letter to our child's future teacher.
Before you even meet our child, you will hear his name and receive his paperwork. Data from previous achievement records, diagnosis, interventions. You will see at a glance that he will be in your lowest achievement groupings, and he will not pass state standardized tests.
Trumpets could not announce inclusion clearer than the file does. You may begin to wonder what the child behind this file will cost you and your other students this year. Questions may begin to race through your mind as you read page after page. Accommodations, modifications, and IEPs, all jumping out at you to form a picture in your mind of this unknown child. You will try to imagine what your year will look like. You may even feel momentary fear or dread.
And we would not blame you.
When you first meet my child, you may see deficits: social, emotional, behavioral, academic. You may notice developmental delay, speech impairment, gross motor and fine motor challenges. Along with everything else you see on Meet the Teacher Night, you will see his smiles and hear his laughter, and you will see disability.
We would not ask you to unsee it. We do ask you to look again. We want you to know long after other professionals said he could not, he did. Again and again. He learned to speak, to walk, to ride a bike, write his name, count, read, make real friends.
Just to do what others do naturally, he had to develop character, perseverance, hopefulness, resilience, and patience. He developed superior skills desperately needed in every area of life, especially the classroom. The value of his character cannot be measured in data files.
When our child enters your classroom each day, he will bring a happiness with him. His honesty may surprise you. His literal summations of content may broaden the understanding of everyone in the class. He has an insatiable desire to do his best and to make people laugh.
And even in his weakest moments, when he is not able to grasp what to say or do, when he cannot complete a task because of his limitations, when he has to try again and again,
others will see him struggling and trying and hurting through it. His classmates may see the disabilities, but they will also recognize his unique abilities. And he may teach them to approach what they cannot do with effort, heart, and resilience.
They will have the opportunity to see approaching the impossible is possible.
and that failing and trying again really is winning.
Abilities are the reason he is in your classroom this year. He is defined better by ability than he has ever been by disability.
He may cause you to rethink assignments, lesson plans, seating arrangements, and assessments. But these things you do naturally every day for every student. He will have bad moments and difficult days. He will have things that he just cannot do, and you'll adjust just as you do for every other student as those moments come up.
In the end, we believe you will find that the opportunities for something special will far surpass the negatives and unknowns.
I want to thank you for being a teacher, for loving what you do, and sharing your joy with my child. He will love and remember you forever, just as he has done with every teacher before you.
As this year of possibility unfolds, we want you to know that we entrust him to you. We believe there are valuable lessons which are learned by living in a shared community, together with all our differences.
We believe you will make a difference in his life too, not by your superhuman abilities, but by your individuality and strengths, by how you approach your weaknesses. You bring life lessons to your students every day with honesty, realness, and purpose, and he needs to learn that from you.
Our child's story does not begin in your classroom this year. He is not alone. He has a community of supporters that have surrounded him since birth and has grown larger with every year since.
The burden of educating him is not yours alone. We are not asking you to fix him, to cure him, or to prepare him for his entire future in 1 year. You are not alone either.
If you are willing to be an advocate for our child, you will see that he will become yours. He will gift you with his best smiles, make you laugh with his wit, and touch your heart with kindness.
We do not ask you to offer our child inclusion. Federal law and his IEP does that. We ask for you to do something more.
We ask you to include him, to allow him the dignity of belonging, to look at him until you see his value and contributions as well.
We do not ask you to throw out the paperwork, the data, or your professional expertise.
We simply ask that sometime before the first day of school, you stop and consider all that you might miss out on if he were not in your classroom this year.
From the family of a child with different abilities.